Hey guys, welcome back to the Otra Noche Miami, a South Florida sports talk show. I'm your host Kenny, joined alongside my co-host.
Yo.
All right, guys, today's a very special episode because I just want to give a quick shout out to Fernando Rodriguez Álvarez. I'm gonna do this in Spanish. Gracias, amigo, para invitándome a mí y mi papá para hacer una entrevista. Para todos los fanáticos que están viendo ahora, ve para el link, para el description y click on the link. Sorry, que el español mío no es mejor. Y ahí voy a tener el link para el canal y para la entrevista. Vela ahí, dale like, comentan todo lo que quiere. Make sure you subscribe. Y gracias por todo el consejo que me diste. Y otra vez, gracias por la experiencia para poder estar en una entrevista con mi papá. Gracias, amigo. Alonso, do you want to say something in Spanish?
No, a ver qué pasa. Tú nunca sabes con alguien así que es grande, que es bueno en lo que hacen, entrevistar y eso. So, tú nunca sabes con algo así, ¿cómo se dice? How do you say, like a show?
Un programa.
Un programa así, entre nosotros hablando y eso, tú nunca sabes con un entrevista así que tienen mucha gente viéndolo y eso.
Yeah. It was a big opportunity for us to be able to, have a platform like that to get our show out. So that was awesome of him. Again, thank you. He gave us advice that maybe we should try doing more episodes in Spanish to get a bigger audience, and we're trying. But as you already saw, our Spanish isn't the best, so we're still working on it. We got to go back to school for that one.
To be fair, I only forgot one word.
Sure, buddy. Sure.
What do you mean? How do you say show? How do you say
un programa?
Un programa así. That's
Okay. I'm sorry. Alrighty, guys. We're gonna stop butchering some Spanish. We're gonna get into the good stuff. Heat game, Pelicans. Pelicans were a bad team, and we were looking like a worse team in the first half, but we pulled it out. And we got a pretty solid dub.
We were missing Bam and Lowry.
Yeah,
and
but
Keith, of course.
But still,
yeah,
we should have not been that down in the first half.
Yeah.
It was good though that we came out strong in the second half. Some specific players had really strong second half performances. We already have what we're going to talk about in mind. We have our points. I'm going to go ahead and let Alonso take the reign for the first half of the show because he has some stuff he wants to talk about, which I do agree, and I'm going to go ahead and let him get his point out. Go ahead, Alonso.
Yeah. First, for the game overview, we got the dub, so that's always nice. No matter how we got it. But there's still some I think we played fairly well, like obviously as a team as a whole. Barring the first quarter, we picked it up in the middle of the second quarter. We really turned it up right at that point, I believe. But there's still a couple things that I did not agree with in the game, as far as who played and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
First thing for me, KZ, man. Like, you guys or you probably think that I like bashing on him or I hate the guy. I don't. It's just the fact that this, I saw a tweet once or a comment. I forgot which one it was. That it was like Caleb Martin is what we thought KZ would have been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like kudos to KZ. Again, he's a professional basketball player. He's better than most people, right? But it's just for. I get that we're down a few guys, obviously key players, but I just don't see the upside of this man
continuing to play KZ.
It's just it's this man. He had he only played 12 minutes, but there's a reason. He just played like dog shit. So
it's one of those things that I feel like 12 minutes, that would be a big 12 minutes for Yurt.
Is one that's gonna be my second point. After I finish on this one, he was 0 for 4 from 3. He was I think he was a negative 15 on the plus minus this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's and negative 15 in 12 minutes of work. Bro, I think me and you could have put up a better plus minus in 12 minutes. Shot 0 for 4 and his only 4 shots from 3, and they were open looks. I'm talking bend down, tie your shoe, pray, give it a little prayer or something.
Yeah.
This man had time on his hands, like time, and he just absolutely whiffed. Like before Duncan was on his horse, like looked like him. Like,
Yeah.
geez, it's just getting old for me at this point. Like, I'd much rather see. I'm gonna get into your, or I'd much rather see a guy like Marcus Garrett, who we haven't from the G League, who's supposedly, not supposedly, but like is this great like defensive potential player, and and he's putting up 15, 16 points in the G League. I'd much rather see him get those minutes
than somebody who we've already seen.
This man's not even young anymore. Like, he's still young in life terms. Like, he's 24, 25.
But
But
that's
he's not 19,
young
20.
NBA terms.
Yeah, he's not 19, 20. Like,
Yeah.
he's a 3-year, 4-year guy. So,
For
and
sure.
he's just not producing. My second thing, like I said, Yurtseven. I love, I love UD, love to death. He Lifer can't love him enough, can't respect him enough. He played better, like he
Hit a
played
block.
like good, had a block. He played with good energy. I liked it. I love seeing him out there. But again, this man is 40 years old. Like, he only played 7 minutes, but like
He looked gassed.
he could only play 7 minutes, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
there's a limit to how many meaningful minutes this guy can play. Not a limit as in his talent or his like ability. It's like it's just his body. Like, it's not the same as when he was.
It's literally his ability though. Like, his ability can't play more than 7 minutes.
Yeah. I guess you could say that. Like, this man is he's old. He's the oldest guy in the league. He's not supposed to be out there every other night getting 10, 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have him and KZ Okpala sharing some backup center minutes when we're playing against a bigger backup center in Jackson Hayes, that KZ Okpala was guarding Jackson Hayes in the bench time minutes, like when it was our bench against theirs. Jackson Hayes is 6'11", 7-footer. KZ Okpala is 6'8".
Yeah.
When we have a 7-footer in Europe, like he did start to play a little bit, but then just took him out immediately. Like I don't see how you could determine that. Like, again, I'm not doubting Spo. I wouldn't want any
His
other
job.
coach.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want any other coach for us. But like, I'd much rather see Yurtseven again with Bam out. I was expecting another like at least 10, 13, 12 minutes. Like, I just don't know why. But
It gets to a point where it's like, what is Yurtseven doing on the court, or what is he not doing in practice that he's not getting those minutes? He's not getting the UD, the KZ minutes. Maybe there is again, maybe there is something going on in practice. Maybe there is something that Spo wants to see that Yurt's not doing. Or the whole staff, they want Yurt to do something he's not doing. So maybe that's what it could be.
I just think maybe it's the fact that he's still raw. Like, he's still like too young, especially for a big man, like a guy that big and that size. For like, of course, like, you want him to be like agile and stuff like that. That he's gonna grow into that. Like, he's still young, but I just think like the fact that he's a big man, it's for him to like find his footing and like calm down and all that stuff. I think it's just like growth that comes with it. So.
Yeah, for sure. And then all this goes back to the fact that he did sign a 2-year contract, and we know that this first year was just for him to develop, and then the second year he was going to go out there and prove it. If next year in Otra Noche Miami episode 100 something, we're still talking about you're not getting minutes, and I think that will be a big problem. Do you have anything to say else on that matter?
As far as like not negative, but as far as like nagging points, not really.
Nagging points.
Yeah. Other than that, we could talk about like the positives or the the non-complaints.
Well, I have one little non-complaint, I guess, if you want to talk about it. I know you like to talk about this every game. The random heat killers, man.
Oh yeah.
We had one tonight. I
thought
thought Brandon Ingram was gonna like demolish us just because he's that type of player that I just feel like would demolish us.
Go ahead and just drop 38.
But BI, that's an all-star player. Like, he's good.
Yeah.
But there's one player on here that dropped 24 points.
I could take a wild guess. I wrote it down.
Go ahead, buddy.
First quarter. In the first quarter, I wrote it down. Nickeil Alexander Walker. My boy. Listen, dog, hey, good. Like you an up and coming player, whatever. But bro, in the first quarter, this man hit 3 threes, and I was like, okay,
It's over.
I wrote it down. I put RHK, random heat killer, killed Alexander Walker in the first quarter. He didn't even have to finish the game. I already knew it was gonna happen.
Well, it was just like it's happening again, and it gets to a point where you're just like you're
Like
not even
really, like
surprised.
yeah, it's just okay.
Every
Okay,
game
well,
you're just like, oh, there he is. That's the guy. That's the random heat killer. And it's not non-heat fans. It's not a myth. It's not just because we're being annoying. It's true. It happens every single game. I don't think does it happen to other teams?
probably, but it's probably not as bad as like as
Do
we
other
see it.
teams constantly get cooked by random scrubs?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
God, bro.
We're not fans of like we're not big fans of for any other teams, so we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But
Are you a secret Warriors fan and you're not telling me? And the Warriors are scary.
they're disgusting.
Dude, I'm scared of the Warriors. Anyways, we're not. This isn't Otra Noche in Oakland. This is Otra Noche in Miami.
I ain't scared of the Warriors. Oh hell no,
No,
I
they're
ain't scared
good.
of
They're
nobody.
good.
They good though.
So we got that out of the way. I think it's we can talk about positives now, right?
Yeah.
Jim MVP making a
Jim
return
PP,
tonight. Dropped a
MVP.
30-point double. He had an
Triple
amazing
double.
game. He had a Jimmy game. This is at the beginning of his tenure with us, this was a game that we'd be going crazy over. But now, like reaching the point we're at, it's just like, yeah, Jimmy's doing Jimmy things.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it still gets us excited, and
Oh,
we're not
yeah.
expecting this from him. But it's just like, yeah, it's a Jimmy thing, bro. He goes
Yeah.
out there and does this. He can do this on any given night.
Yeah,
30
it's 31 point triple double. It's again, it's one of those things like you said in the beginning of like his time with the Heat, when we first got him.
Yeah,
I was like, I was expecting an all-star level defender, 20, 21, 22 point per game score, solid two-way. But I never thought that he was, capable of like even averaging like 6, 7 assists, 6, 7 boards, like that type of all-around game. I thought he was I thought he was like a get a bucket, get a stop type of guy.
yeah,
But he just keeps showing out. He just keeps impressing.
yeah.
The
for
fact
sure.
that this man is not in some people's top 10, or even like top 12, top 11 maybe is astonishing. But yeah, this is a Jimmy Butler game. Like this is
Great game,
this
great
is
game
why
to
we have
come
him.
back on.
Yeah, exactly. This is why we have him.
Yeah.
And he picked his. I like how he picks his nights too. On the days that on this day that Tyler Hero didn't start off too hot.
He was like, all right, let me take the reins.
And yeah, we have two of our 5 starters out, Cal and
Yeah.
Bam. I like how he really decided. He's like, all right, I mean,
And
it
that's the
wasn't.
thing.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional either. He just took over.
That's the thing about this team, man. Even with 2 of our 5 starters out, it could have been Bam and Lowry out. Wait, no, it was Bam. It could have been Butler and Lowry out, and Bam would have taken over.
Yeah.
Or even Hero would have taken over. It could have been all 3 of those guys. And against a team like this, if Tyler Hero wanted to, if he could have taken over the game, and we could have still won against the Pelicans, even if we had Bam, Jimmy, and Lowry out.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
get what
at
I'm
that
saying?
point, it would be a little bit tougher, obviously.
But I
missing
still
all 3 of
think
them.
Tyler Hero would be
But no,
capable.
yeah, I think definitely given that chance.
And if Robinson has a better game, he only had 6 points. He shot 2 for 7. He didn't have a bad game. He just was a non-factor.
Yeah, and keep in mind he only put up 7 shots.
Yeah. So I definitely think this team is we had a little scare there with that little losing streak that we went on, but it was just because of bad performances. We're still a deep team, man.
deeper than we thought.
Yeah,
Pause.
for sure. Talking about depth, we talked about Tyler Hero. We had 3, 4. We had 5 players. We didn't have another 20-point scorer, even though Tyler was 1 point off. But we had 5 other players that went double digits.
Besides
we had
Jimmy.
PJ Tucker. Yeah, besides Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's why I said other players. You freaking
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify.
gosh. We had PJ Tucker who isn't even here for scoring. He's just here for defense. He dropped 13 points. We had Tyler Hero drop 19. He had a weak, horrible first half. And he still ended up dropping 19. So imagine if he had an okay first half. Then we had Gabe Vincent, 13 points. That's really solid from Gabe Vincent. I saw him put up some pretty good shots. He didn't look too lost out there. Caleb Martin, 12 points. We've talked about Caleb Martin and how important he could be for us. if he has solid games like this. And then Max Struss hitting, how many threes did he hit?
Truce.
Struss, how many hits threes did he hit for us? He hit a couple, right?
I think he 3.
Yeah, and he had 15 points.
Yeah.
So solid performance from the bench. Again, if Tyler Hero has a strong first half, this game's a whole different story. We never struggled in the first half, and we are in the driver's seat the whole time.
Yeah. 2 things I want to mention. First thing, a little funny moment. Tyler Hero, alley-oop.
Oh my God, dude!
Made it a half-court 3. We'll take those every day of the week.
You think he was trying to lob it to Jimmy? He was like, nah, I'm gonna look like I'm lobbing, but I'm taking the shot.
He's like, oh,
Claudio, this is for you.
Yeah, right. But PJ Tucker, the fact that this man has 13 points and only made 1 3-pointer, is crazy. Like, because everyone knows PJ Tucker. Oh, he just sits in the corner. He just sits in the corner. Not here.
Nah, he was involved tonight.
Not here.
Yeah. He looked pretty good, bro. I'm telling you. People who trashed on the PJ Tucker acquisition just because he's a lifetime 6-point per game scorer, like, you guys don't watch basketball. Tell us you don't watch basketball without telling us you don't watch basketball.
Exactly.
And we talked about this. There's going to be nights that he's just going to drop.
He's going to drop 10, 13, 15 points, as well as Markieff.
Yeah.
We're going to have – those are games that we win.
Without these 13 points from Tucker, it's a 98 to hypothetically. It's a 98 to 100 game. And we know how we are in close games. We could easily choke the game, and especially without Tucker's defense. Saying Tucker is one of those players that we really need in the game, bro. Yeah. I love the dude. I love that he's taking in Miami, man. You know how some players, when they join a new team, they look uncomfortable. They want to be there. Almost, it looks like Tucker, man.
PJ's that guy, man. He just came in like the media was talking about it. He came in first day in practice. New guy, new team. Don't want to like impose nothing. This man came in screaming in practice, taking charge, like screaming on defense. Hey, do this, get back. Like he was a leader. He was a vocal. He was a vocal leader.
It's one of those.
He just embraces it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. I keep saying there's DNA in players that the Heat go after, and it's just it's right.
They just fit the mold. Yeah. Just fits it.
It's just fit, and players that didn't work out with us the one time or not in their career, they had it. Like Whiteside. Couple years he did have that DNA, that Heat culture, that he worked hard, even though it was for a stupid reason to get his 2K ratings up. Winslow, when he came into the Heat, drafted the first couple years, he was a prospect, he was trying, and then he fell off the wagon.
There was one year there that he was really it was really starting to look up, like, hey, he might break out soon, but
he fell off the wagon.
Point Winslow,
What?
Yeah, get Point Winslow. You remember that? We were running him at the point guard.
Oh my God, dude!
Yeah, you remember that?
I wasn't even watching basketball. No, I was just like, I'm not watching the Heat.
Yeah. No, he was running the point. He was actually doing pretty solid, but then gets traded to Memphis and forgets how to act.
Yeah, and then we had the other notable player, Josh Richardson. Look how bad he's been ever since he left the Heat.
Yeah, he was a 19, 20 point per game scorer with us.
Yeah,
he was our leading scorer once upon a time.
Yeah,
and then gets traded to Philly for Jimmy, and people think we lost that trade, but
yeah, that's why, whatever. So again, it's something about the Heat, man. Even when we don't have the best players, even when we're not, top heralded a team, like we're not in the rankings, we're still gonna go out and compete, and it's still always gonna be a fun team to watch. We're deep, man. I'm looking at the stat sheet, bro. And we're missing the names Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry.
That was
and
a big
Markieff
thing.
Morris and Victor Oladipo.
that was a big thing coming into the season, like as far as like critics and critiques for like the Heat, is like, are we deep enough to compete with the Milwaukee's and the Sixers and the Nets and the Lakers and all that stuff?
Yeah. I think we are, man.
Right here. Case in point right here.
Yeah, we're a really strong team. Next game is we're 10-5 now after this game.
Yeah. Next game is tonight.
Tonight against the Wizards.
We're recording this the day after.
Yeah.
But the game is tonight against the Wizards.
Yeah.
And that would be November 18th. 7:45 tip off.
That's gonna be a game. The Wizards are sneaky good this year. Not sneaky good anymore, but they're surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. Thank you. I think if we go out strong, if Bam and Lowry are going to be out again?
I have no idea, but I know for a fact, I think Kyle Lowry should should definitely be available today because he was out with rest last night.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
I believe he should. I think he should be in the starting rotation for in the starting five tonight. Bam, I'm not sure. Hopefully,
Yeah.
he got 2 days back to back for with rest. With yesterday with not yesterday, but today's what, Thursday.
Yeah.
So he had Tuesday with the day off of the schedule, and then last night they gave him the game off with the left knee bruise. So hopefully he had time to heal. So
Yeah.
hopefully he's healthy on the floor tonight.
It's one of those things that I feel like, the Pelicans, we didn't need Bam and Lowry. They could get
No,
those rests because they are garnering, like, they need the rest. So against the Wizards, a good team in the East, it'll be nice to have the full team on the court if we can. I think we'll be able to beat them. I think it's definitely going to be a quiet game. For sure, it's going to be a quiet game from Butler. I think he's going to take a step back, let the guys who come back on the court get some reps in, get their feet back on the court. Hopefully a big game. I want to see a big game from Lowry tonight. I want to see 25 from Lowry, hopefully. Duncan.
I disagree with you. I think Jimmy Butler's gonna have another nice game.
Oh, of course. I mean.
No, yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, as far as like scoring wise, I don't believe he's gonna take the step back today. I think if anything, like, he's just gonna, like, with obviously Kyle Lowry and Bam on like if they play tonight, he won't obviously
Put
maybe
up
he
as
will
many.
get something close to like a triple double or something like that. But as far as his scoring output goes, I believe he's definitely this game specifically. He's gonna have to put us on his back for a little bit.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
I think every game, like we always say, every game is a winnable game. But I think definitely tonight we should win. If we do win, we'll go at 11-5, and we'll basically completely.
We will be number one in the East if we win tonight.
Yeah, and we'll completely erase what happened on the road trip.
Exactly.
It's a home game, right?
Yeah.
So looking forward to tonight. Got nothing on the ledger. Gonna sit back, pop up a cold one, JK, and just watch the game. It's gonna be relaxing. Hopefully, no fourth quarter collapse.
Yep.
All right, man. Do you have anything else to say for the episode?
Nah, not really. Expect the next episode either tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Worst case on Saturday, but probably most likely tomorrow.
Yeah.
Again, thank you guys again. For the few of you that are watching. We appreciate everyone. Whether we get 3 or 4 views or 50, 60, again, doesn't matter to us. This is just, we have fun doing this, and
yes, sir.
We're gonna keep doing it.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna go ahead and sign off. See you guys.